Hello everyone, welcome to another video. I'm Randy and this is a contest entry for Michael at Poetry on Plastic, who is celebrating 5,000 subscribers, well over 5,000 subscribers. And I discovered his channel through an entry by Mazzy and an entry by Glenn Kellaway. And then when I looked at his channel, I realized I have seen him on the Four Corners episode. And I think he was talking about like entries into classical music, and he had recommended this album right here, which I bought, but I haven't played this yet. So I will open it after I've done this video and listen to it. But anyway, he's having a contest for 5,000 subscribers, and he's got 6 questions, and you will win a Mobile Fidelity Bob Dylan album, and then there's a classical album there as well. But anyway, his first question is to show a record by the first band you saw live. That was hard to try to figure that out. I knew I saw a Billy Joel concert real early, but I think actually the first band that I ever saw live was the Michael Stanley Band, which is a rock group out of Cleveland, Ohio. And this is a live album at the Agora Ballroom, which is in Cleveland. And this is probably their best album, this live album, where they do some songs like Let's Get the Show on the Road, Midwest Midnight. Some of their best songs are on here, but their live versions just blow away the album versions, I think. And it was actually a pretty good album, Michael Stanley Band. That's the first band I saw live at the Uptown Theater in Kansas City. The question is, what is the record you listened to the most when you were 17? And I didn't have a lot of records when I was 17, but I had joined the Record Club of America, and I got this Bob Dylan's Greatest Hits, and I played the heck out of this. It has like Rainy Day Woman and Blowing in the Wind and Times They Are Changing, and Positively 4th Street. I think I finally got one of my friends like Bob Dylan with that song right there. But this is just a great album and still a great listen, but now I have about everything Bob Dylan did. But at the time, I only had a few records. This was one of them, and my friend had like a K-Tel Rockin' Easy or something like that that we listened to. So this got a lot of airplay, or not airplay, play for me on my stereo when I was 17. Next, show you a record that was an entry point into a genre. And I'm going to pick this Rock Mr. Blues by Wynonie Harris, which is a Charlie compilation, which was an English label that reissued a lot of great blues and R&B recordings. But I think I probably saw this album listed on the Rolling Stone Record Guide, and I liked what I've heard about it. And this got me into jump blues and people like Louis Jordan and Big Joe Turner, even though Big Joe Turner was from Kansas City, which is where I'm from, and Roy Brown and some of the others. But wonderful recording. You got some kind of risque songs on here, like Keep on Churning Till the Butter Comes and I Like My Baby's Pudding. So I did a little risque songs, but he had some great bluesy rockin' songs. Like he also does Good Rockin' Tonight, which Roy Brown made famous. Blow Your Brains Out. Good Morning Judge, which was a song that David Johansen of the New York Dolls recorded as his alter ego, Buster Poindexter. But great album, my introduction into jump blues. The next is show a record that you use to show off your stereo. Well, one that I picked up recently and I just think sounds amazing is this Analog Productions of Surfer Girl by the Beach Boys. The harmonies in this sound so great and unbelievable. But this is one of my favorites as far as sound quality. The Surfer Girl by the Beach Boys off Analog Productions. Another one is this Masterpieces by Ellington by Analog Productions. And it sounds like he's just right there in the room with you. And even though this was recorded in 1951, I just think it sounds amazing. Analog production. But those are the two that I think I would pick to show off the stereo. The next one's a tough one. It's show a record that is recorded mixed horribly that you love anyway. One of the ones I thought about was this kind of a hits package from Gary U.S. Bonds. I don't know what the source material was on this, but this just sounds terrible and muddy and almost unplayable for me. So I guess it's not the one that I love and I would play anyway. But you know, there is a CD it's this learning to flinch, learning to flinch Warren Zevon live album, where it was mixed terribly because the guitars are so overbearing that you can hardly hear his vocals. But some of the songs on here I really like and will play anyway. But yeah, this one I think was mixed horribly, and I will still play, is this Warren Zevon. And the last prompt on here is tell me about a future upgrade that you wish to make to your turntable stereo listening space. Well, I have two systems, one upstairs and one downstairs, and they're both vintage equipment. I wouldn't call it high end, but downstairs I have a turntable that I've had forever. It's a Pioneer belt-driven turntable. I've replaced the belt several times, but I don't think it's not one I really play records on anymore. It's because if I'm downstairs, I play CDs. Upstairs, I play vinyl. So I would probably look for a new turntable to replace the old Pioneer one that I have downstairs. It's the only thing I could think of. Thanks for hosting the contest, Michael. I'm going to really enjoy watching your channel, because now that I've remembered you from the Four Corners episodes, and I did buy that classical album, and I want to try to get more into classical music in the future, I think. And thanks everybody for watching, and everybody subscribe to his channel.